Okay, so we're back. It hasn't been quite 20 minutes, but we have some more stuff to do and it'll probably take a little longer. So we've got our ale onion potato broth going right here. I already had my daughter taste the potatoes and they're done and they're good. So in just a couple of minutes, actually we'll go ahead and do it right now. Like I said, barley, preferably not instant barley, quick barley, but that's what is available. So you're gonna go with a half a cup of barley. If you have wheat berries, that would be preferred, but I didn't have 6 hours to soak them, nor did I have enough of them. So you're going to toss those in, and then in this case, since we're using veggie meat, you're going to toss it in. If you were going to be using something like lamb or mutton or something like that, like I said, beef, I don't know if I would recommend, but lamb, mutton, something along those lines. So this gonna have to uninvite family members so they can have their eggplant that they buy and ask me to make for them. So we've got a really big, thick, hearty broth going on here. As you can see, there's onions, there's potatoes, there's meat, there's barley, a whole bunch of stuff. So we're gonna let that just cook for the next 15 minutes or so and it'll be really good. So we already have the grill is going. There's the Brussels sprouts, which, much to my wife's chagrin, are already smelling up the house to smell like delicious Brussels sprouts. Yeah, you probably just heard her in the background. Okay, so another thing that we need for our sandwiches are going to be tomatoes. These are already washed, so you're just going to slice the tomatoes so that we can, when we make the grilled Mediterranean sandwiches, we'll be able to slap these on there. But you're not going to grill the tomatoes. The tomatoes don't get grilled. Everything else gets grilled but the tomatoes. Okay. I told you I'm not a baker, so I just have a ciabatta loaf. So we're going to take our ciabatta loaf, we're just going to cut it in half. Because when we get done grilling the vegetables, we're going to throw this bad boy on there and we're going to grill it and just toast it basically. So we're going to cut it in half right now because what we're going to do is make one big sandwich and then we cut it up into parts. So take our ciabatta bread, we're going to cut it in half, and I guess unlike I said last night, yes, this is Hell's Kitchen. You cannot talk out loud while I'm doing this. So we've also got our arugula right here. This one is already pre-washed and ready to go, very convenient, because we're going to toss that on our sandwiches as well. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we are going to take all of our vegetables, which I forgot the portobello mushrooms, those go in there as well. We're going to take all of these and we're going to head outside. Can you open the door for me, por favor? Okay, so welcome to my backyard. Let's see how we can do this so that the grill is visible without killing my phone. Okay, so we've got all of our vegetables. They've been soaking in the olive oil and salt and pepper, and that's it. So we're just gonna start taking all of our vegetables and we're just gonna get them laid out on the grill. Once I get these all laid out, I'll show you what a grill should look like because oddly, being vegetarians, we use our grill all of the time. It just doesn't have big slabs of dead carcass laying on it, which I know for some of you from South America, Latin countries, Europe, Spain, every place else, you're all about the more meat, the better. Well, you should be thankful then because we're saving you all of that meat. And I wanted to note, I will point out in a moment that I do have a different apron on this evening because this evening's apron is my grilling apron. And I have something that is pretty cool that I will be showing you in a moment. And I just burnt the bag because I set it against the grill, so I guess I won't be reusing that one. Okay, so far we have some of our vegetables. Not all of them are on the grill. We'll go in and get a plate. We're going to throw some mushrooms on here as well. We're just going to make a big smorgasbord of vegetables. I'll have to wipe my hands off before I touch anything because they're so oily right now. which again, make sure you wash your hands. Important. Doesn't matter if it's coronavirus, the end of the world, or if it's just cooking. You need to be sanitary, people. You need to be sanitary. We're not passing on germs and sickness because we're not sanitary, okay? This is not the 14th century. We know better. Okay, so got it right here. This is my cool grilling apron, and it is one that I got through Volkswagen. Has a handy dandy little hand wipe on it, which after I use it tonight, I will wash it back off. And let's run in here really quickly while those are grilling on one side, and we'll flip them. Usually vegetables, just a couple of minutes, so it doesn't take a lot of time. Dogs are coming out here now. Again, let's walk along the backyard. Okay, so this one, oh, hold on, let me turn this around. Okay, G-Car, thinking of you. So what's really cool about this apron is it has a built-in, boom, done. Can enjoy your beverage, Coca-Cola, Modelo, I can't figure out why it's always Modelo, or it could be Guinness, possible nectar of the gods. Wait, it's time to flip over the grill. Check this out. Let me slide it in here. It's got a little handy dandy beer holder so that while I'm grilling, I don't have to let go of my beer and I can keep holding on to it. Okay, so here's what we've got going on right now. We've got eggplant, we've got zucchini, we've got yellow squash, we've got mushroom. So we're just gonna grill all of this stuff nice and tasty. Again, people, this is not an art contest. You're cooking over fire. Let it be what it is. Like, some things are gonna get a little bit more burnt than others. Other things are gonna get not quite as cooked as others. That's the beautiful part about grilling. It is literally over an open fire. This is like the most primal thing that we could possibly do is cook over an open fire. This is like amazing, and this is awesome. It is so much fun. And I think sometimes people are afraid to grill and they're like, oh, I can't grill. Just like last night, talking about what we're doing and how we're cooking things. Yeah, people, the ones who mess up grilling are the ones who walk away from the grill and don't pay attention to it. Those are the ones who are messing it up. Sometimes things are gonna stick. It's not pretty. It's not, you know, you're using fire. Like, how awesome is that? Stop and think about that we're like, yeah, that's pretty bomb-licious that we get to use this to prepare our food with. And fire, I don't know. I mean, I talk about this stuff. I talk about world religions and philosophies all the time, and fire really, see, that part's a little bit more burnt. That's just the way it is. But you just enjoy it and you go with it and you flip them all over and you just say, you know what, this is what it is. And this seems like a good point in history to say this is what it is, and we're just going to enjoy whatever it is at the moment. So we're going to get all these flipped over. We're going to cook the other side, and then we will grab a plate because these, like I said before, are going to stay hot and toasty. And we'll get those off, and then we'll get some more on, and we'll just get all of these cooked up, and everything should be done at about the exact same time. So, oh no, I just lost a mushroom through the grill. I hate when that happens. So for those of you who are aware of the Hindu religious tradition, I guess we just made an offering to the god Agni, who happens to be the god of fire. Okay, I know I just offended some of you, sorry. Not here to make friends, just here to cook and have fun. Okay, so, doesn't matter what your backyard looks like, it doesn't matter if you have this great view. So right now is our moment of Zen, and I will let you enjoy that. I'm gonna go grab a plate. And all you can hear is the fire cooking vegetables and maybe some birds chirping. we're back. Sorry to ruin your moment of zen. And just to refresh how cool this apron is, check that out. While I'm grilling, my drink can be being kept in here. Not only is it a little pocket, and I know you can't see it, but it's insulated as well, which doesn't really matter because my Guinness is warm, because I think that's the way it's supposed to be drank. Okay, let's see what we got going on here. Most of our veggies are starting to get nice and grilled. Got some good markings on them. So what we're going to do is just take these as they come off, and we're going to set them up here. So for those of you who are still wondering what we're cooking, these are eggplants right here. So we got them good, got some good marking going on them. All right, we got some good things going on. Okay, got good. So we're just tossing these up here. So what's gonna take place is that up here, this is gonna keep everything warm, even though we're taking it off of the direct flame, because we still have a little more that we need to cook. Not quite done. I'm gonna flip that bad boy over there. We're just gonna set all of these up here. And to borrow from Bob Ross, in case I can't remember exactly what it is, you know what, in cooking, there's no mistakes, there's just happy accidents. So sometimes you'll stumble across something where you're like, oh, I love that, and I didn't even know I loved it. So we just found a little happy, you know, accident. No mistakes. Cooking is, you know, it is what it is. Have fun, enjoy it. I think that the more that you can enjoy it, the more that you can have fun. You know, you hear people sometimes talk about cooking as if it's like, you know, this laborious process that you have to, like, you know, it's like mowing the lawn or something, just a necessary evil. Stop and think about that for a moment. You're getting to literally provide food for the people that you love. How awesome is that? Don't we want to make all this amazing tasting stuff and spend a little bit of time thinking about what we're putting into our bodies? And I don't care if this is meat, I don't care if this is just vegetables, but the idea that we spend a little bit of time and we actually, you know, think about the people that we're preparing this food for and what they're going to be eating. Okay, so we got those, so I'm gonna have to let go now, and we'll come back here to our fancy dancy, very high tech. There you go, you got the flames going. We're gonna get the rest of the vegetables on here, and we'll get them cooked. And about that time, then everything should be coming out of the oven, and the broth should be done as well. And we'll be able to throw this all together, and you'll be able to see what it looks like at the end of the day. And hopefully you'll give it a shot and try something like this. Of course, you could do any sort of grilled whatever. This could be grilled chicken sandwiches as far as that goes. You know, it could be whatever you want it to be. But just, we have the time right now, people. Take the time and take advantage of it. Find some new joys in life. Maybe cooking is your thing. Maybe cooking is not your thing, but you might find that it's a little bit more enjoyable than you thought it was before. You know, we spend a lot of time cooking. Right now, because of how I'm doing this, we're opting not to have my entire family be a part of, you know, the facial recognition structure, just because there will be too many people involved. But we're always cooking together and doing things together, and it's a wonderful, wonderful family, you know, structure. And that doesn't really matter if it's like, you know, just you and your significant other. It doesn't even matter if it's just you. Like, why wouldn't you want to do this for yourself, right? And so this is part of, oh, by the way, check this out. Boom, shakalaka. Forgot to show this to you because this comes with the Volkswagen grill and apron as well. For those of you who I haven't really shared it with, yeah, there's my bad boy, Volkswagen. And then around the corner, which I don't know if you can see, we have another Volkswagen. So we like Volkswagens, they're a fun vehicle. But aside from that, like you know, in this case, Volkswagen thought of everything. They gave me an opener for whatever I have. They gave me a little insulating cup here. This is a little pocket here if I wanted to keep spices in so that I could keep things going. I've got my hot pad here. I got multiple pockets down here. Got a couple of different rags so I can be wiping my hands off. Got another pocket here for some sauces and spices if I was barbecuing. And I've got this right here. Oh, okay. Hold on. I guess we're going inside. All right, you little scrumptious morsels of goodness, we shall be back to you in a moment. Okay, so we are going to go inside because as these vegetables are just getting done, it appears that our Brussels sprouts are just getting done in the oven. The timer is going off. So everything should be pretty much timed so that it's about ready at the same time. Don't have to go looking for an apron because I've got one today. All right, or hot pad. Okay, Brussels sprouts done. Let's make sure that we turn off the oven and we take care of that. So here's what our Brussels sprouts look like after we've toasted them for 35 minutes in a 425 degree oven. And they are, so you can hear them, kind of crunchy. You got some goodness here, kind of like, I guess if you like pork rinds, you could compare it to that. Little tasty morsels. They got a little gooey in the middle, so it's kind of a Lion King moment, slimy yet satisfying, but crunchy on the outside, just like a bug. Tasty. Here we got our broth cooking. You can see how nice and thick that is. This might be, for some of you, a really good recipe on a cold December night because it's just hearty and full of goodness. Okay, we're gonna take our ciabatta bread out with us so that we can grill that when our veggies are done. Yummy. So, everything is coming together exactly as planned. So we're gonna set that there. We're gonna start flipping over all of our veggies here, see what we got going. Yeah, looking for those nice markings. Again, this isn't an art competition. You're cooking over fire. Remember that. You're cooking over fire, an open flame. Some things are going to be burnt a little bit more. Some things are going to be cooked a little bit more. Excuse me. So we're just going to keep taking care of all of these. We'll cook this last little batch of vegetables, and while we're doing that, everybody's inside eating the Brussels sprouts, and they will be gone before I get back in there because they're little, like the little piglets. Even though when my wife came out and she smelled it, she said, "Why are you making Brussels sprouts?" She wanted to do all sorts of craziness, and I was like, "Nope, making a recording. Nobody will be able to hear me if you turn on all these fans to clear out the Brussels sprout smell." So do be prepared that, if you make Brussels sprouts, it is going to have a very distinct smell. But the flavor way outweighs any concerns that you might have about the smell that is going on. Okay, so got the rest of our vegetables cooking. We've got our ciabatta right here because once these are done, we're gonna toss our ciabatta on there. We're gonna toss it and we're gonna take it inside and we're gonna make a sandwich out of this. All right, so let's go back in here, check, make sure everything's okay. And we'll see what takes place there. Sorry about that. Again, don't have a recording company. Okay, so get our refrigerator open. We've got our sauce that we made earlier, which is gonna be right here. We're going to get this put together, so that's good there. We got some tomatoes sliced up because we're gonna throw that on our ciabatta sandwich with the vegetables. And we have some arugula, which we're gonna throw on as well. And that will be that. Okay. Hello. There's the dog. Okay. So, got all of our veggies here, and they're slowly toasting and cooking. And just to remind you guys, I know that as I pointed out earlier, somebody had said, maybe you should do everything beforehand so people don't have to watch this. But this is part of the joy of cooking, and I love cooking for people, and I love when people are over and I'm preparing stuff, because that's kind of how it works. I mean, it's kind of a beautiful thing. You're literally making a meal for another person. And that might take a little bit of time. It's not something that you can do instantaneously. I'm not a fan of microwaves. Yes, I use them, but I'm not a fan of them because I would rather be cooking things and taking some time. For me personally, I feel like it's one of those little odd gifts that I can give my family. So it's kind of fun. So we're gonna get all this stuff off right now, and we will throw our ciabatta on there, and then we're gonna take everything in and we're gonna get it all nicely done. I need to go get my little phone holder so that you can actually see what I'm doing, and so I can actually do what I need to do, because right now I think you might be looking at the sky while I am looking at the grill. So I apologize for that. Okay, so we're going to get all this picked up and get it off the grill so we don't totally toast them all together, because at the end of the day, there's really like, it's one thing to have some burnt areas, it's a whole nother thing to have, you know, burnt all over the place. So like I said, we're going to take these and we're going to toss them up here on the top rack. And this is just going to keep everything warm, but it's off of the direct fire, so it's not still cooking it. All right? So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our ciabatta, and we're just going to set this on here. It's not a real long process. We're going to cook it really quick. While that's cooking, that should give us enough time that we are going to get all of our veggies back over here on this plate. Sorry there, mushroom. Okay, so we're just gonna load all this stuff while it's toasting. Let's make sure, is it okay? Yeah, it's starting to get some marks. Okay, we might have to take it off in just a minute. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and load all this stuff up here. This is hard to do with one hand. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and take the ciabatta off. It's toasted as much as it needs to be toasted. We're not trying to burn it. Let's go ahead and load all these veggies over here, because this is what it looks like. All right. So we're getting all of our veggies here. And so you guys know, in case you were paying attention, yes, I do pay attention to the things that you guys say. So somebody who said that what I provided was pure, and I'll have to go check and see what the words were, because it was pretty cute. I liked it. It was actually, I guess I've got a following for 11-year-olds for the soccer team that I coach. Okay, so make sure you remember to turn the oven off, or the grill off, and then make sure that you turn the gas off down here, because how many of you have stopped grilling and you forgot to turn the gas off, and the next time you came out, it was completely empty of gas. So we're now going to take our veggies, our ciabatta bread. Can you open the door? And we're going to take it inside and we're going to throw together a sandwich. Okay. So we got all of our goodness here. Let's get situated back here so that we can do this. All righty. There we go. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our ciabatta bread that we just grilled. We're going to take this and we're just going to slather this thing with the mayonnaise, garlic, and lemon sauce that we made. We're just going to slather this all over the place. Okay? All right. So we got that all really nice there. Nothing too fancy. Now we're going to take our veggies. So no real rhyme or reason. I just like to make sure that all of them are included, so I do them in layers. So we've got our eggplant that I did first. Now we're going to take squash and we're going to layer it on here. For those of you who don't remember, the squash is yellow, the zucchini is green. All right, so we're gonna get these on here. We're gonna layer that in. Let's see, we gotta get some, hold on, I'm burning myself. We got some squash. Now we're gonna take the zucchini, we're gonna layer it on here. We're gonna go like this and get all these on here. Let's see, we got some more zucchini over here. I'm burning my fingers right now for you guys, and that is not okay. Okay, so we got all our veggies on there. These are gonna be extra because I have extra ciabatta bread so that we can make more tomorrow because it's a great leftover. Now you're gonna take some tomatoes, slap some tomatoes on there. They're nice big chunks, so people don't like tomatoes like myself, they can take it off. We're then gonna take some arugula. We're just gonna put some arugula on top, like so. We're gonna take our top piece of ciabatta, like so. I don't know if you guys can see this. Let me get over here. So now this is what your sandwich looks like right here. Let's see if we bring this right here. So now you can see this clear as day. Now all we're going to do is just cut this into sandwiches, just like so. And we're going to make these right here. So we now have those. So now let me show you our plate. And a bowl. So now we're going to take this. And here's what your finished product looks like. So, get a ladle. Got some of our broth soup there. We have a ciabatta sandwich, grilled Mediterranean sandwich, and last but not least, we have some Brussels sprouts. That is the dish that we were making tonight, and that's what we will be having for dinner. Hope you guys enjoy. Talk to you later. Peace.